Angelz, and welcome back to TouchedByTyHairCo. So this is the first video that I have done in a while. I'm coming to you guys fresh off of taking my Texas Cosmetology Practical, and I wanted to do this kind of run through while the information was fresh in my head. So first I want to take the time to give a shout out to a YouTuber who creates content for the cosmetology field, and she does it from the perspective of the state of Texas. Her YouTube name is Glam and Beyond. I'm going to place it right here. She was an instrumental and vital tool that I used to pass my cosmetology exam. I have had the pleasure of attending two beauty schools. I attended Aveda and Paul Mitchell. So after about 2 years, I finally went on and took my cosmetology practical, and I'm happy to say that I passed it yesterday. With that being said, it was just questions that I had from not being in school for over a year, just to refresh. So I wanted to give you guys some tips and just give you guys a level of knowledge of what I went through from as of yesterday, 2024. First of all, the eyelash portion of the cosmetology practical is no longer a part of the test. So about 2 years ago, you used to have to do an eyelash application, and that is no longer a part of your practical. Okay, so this bag, you don't need it anymore. Okay, so you do not have to do the eyelash portion. The way the practical goes, you arrive, they take your picture, you show your ID. You're going to need odorless monomer and polymer. Okay, they're going to check and see if it's odorless, and they're going to check and make sure that it's not expired. Sanitizer check to make sure that wasn't expired. So make sure that you have items in your kit that are not expired. Make sure your polymer is odorless, your monomer is odorless. It has to say odorless, and you need to label it odorless. So it has to say odorless by the manufacturer. It needs to be labeled, and then you need to put a label just down the side that says odorless as well. Your finger for your fingernail needs to have a tip on it already. Okay, so you need to have a tip with the nail that's over the free edge. Okay, so don't take your nail in there bare. Before you go in, make sure you apply a little tip, get a little nail, and just cut it down real short, but make sure it's over the free edge. All right, if you don't know what free edge is, you don't need to be taking this test. Leave it like that. Okay, so when you get there, like I said, you're going to arrive. They're going to take your picture. You're going to have to read the script. You're going to submit your ID to verify your identity. Ooh. And then she's going to put you at a station. Okay, no phones, no smartwatches, none of that is allowed. After that, they're going to assign you to your station. They're going to ask you to take out your mannequin, your polymer and your monomer, and your fingertip, and they're going to inspect those three things. Okay, from there they're going to let you know you're good to go or you're not. So that's the first part of the test. Once you get there, you're going to wait for other people to arrive. Now in San Antonio, at the San Antonio test site on Computer Drive, okay, I highly recommend taking your test there because the max personnel is 6. So it'll be up to 5 other people than you taking the test. When I took the test yesterday, I had 1 rater. All right. We had another rater that came in and out, but she was not in there the whole time. We had 1 lady scoring 6 people. Okay. You'll have 3 on one side of the room and 3 on the other. It's open space. The rater can see. The rater's going to be walking around. They're very observant. They do not miss a beat in there, and there's cameras in there as well. So you have a rater watching you on a camera. I just wanted to go over the sections and kind of a little breakdown of what you should have very quickly. This is semi-detailed, okay? Semi-detailed, all right? But this will help you out. This, I think my video, along with the Glam and Beyond video, you should be okay. So you need to have your items in a kit bag, okay? And the bag needs to say clean and pre-sanitized. So this is my bag, okay? And I was able to fit everything in here, my tripod, my mannequin, and everything else. I just take clean on the side, both sides, and then it says pre-sanitized implements on both sides the long way, okay? So make sure that your kit says that. I had a bag. I seen some girls come in there with like the big 5-10 pound Ziploc bag. I seen another girl come in there with a whole bin. Okay, she had like a Tupperware bin, a big clear bin. So I don't know what the restrictions are. Make sure you read the PSI. Okay, if you don't know what PSI is, again, you don't need to be taking this exam. All right, so make sure you read the PSI. But my bag was acceptable, and those ladies showed up with those items, okay, with their kit in. The first section of the exam is going to be pre-exam setup and disinfection. You're going to have to sanitize before you do each setup. So the things that you're going to need to have in this bag are going to be vital. You're going to need sanitizer. You're going to need EPA disinfectant. You're going to need your trash bag that has to be labeled trash. So the trash bag needs to be labeled trash bag. They're going to look and make sure that your trash bag is labeled trash bag. She's going to come around and look. You need to have some tape. You need to have your first aid kit, the one for you in case you cut yourself. And then you need to have paper towels. So this was my first aid kit that I had on my desk in this pre-examination. For my tape, like I said, this was my trash bag. This is like a 13-gallon trash bag, okay? I did have towels in there. I did have gloves just in case. You don't have to have those items, but I did. Just in case I dropped a glove, just in case one broke on me, I added those items to my kit, okay? I did not get any points deducted for it, all right? This was the tape I used for my bag. I also had an extra bag. So those are the items that you need to have in that pre-exam setup, okay? Your next section after that is going to be your nail. So your monomer over polymer. Monomer and polymer nail, okay? This, if you're taking the test in San Antonio, this is going to be done. You're going to have 2 stations. You're going to have a nail station where you sit down, and then you're going to have a stand-up hair station. So this part is going to be done at a different station. In this kit, you're going to have quite a few things. Again, you need to have a separate sanitizer for this bag, a small Ziploc bag that's labeled trash bag, okay? You're going to need tape for this bag. You're going to need 2 towels. I would put 2 towels. I had 2 towels for this bag. You're going to need your own paper towel for this bag. You're going to need a separate EPA disinfectant for this bag, okay? Along with the implements for you to apply your nail tip using monomer and polymer. Again, I'm not going to go over each item that has to be in the bag, but I am going to show you. I don't know if you guys can see, that's my nail, okay? This is the one that I completed. All right, so you need to have a little nail tip under here. And so you probably can't see it, okay? But I had a tip already on here, and then you apply your nail tip to that nail, okay? Here's a trick. Probably not supposed to tell y'all this, but listen. For your nail glue, okay, you need to get a strong nail glue, all right? You need to get a very strong nail glue. It needs to be labeled nail glue. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Look down in the description box and you'll see the tip that I used for the nail glue, okay? But you need to have a strong nail glue. Got it? Got it. Again, I said paper towels. You're gonna have to have your odorless monomer, your polymer. You're gonna have to have your cuticle oil, your nail dehydrator, your buffer, your brush, your nail files. I had 2. You're gonna have to have your cuticle pusher. I used the wooden cuticle pusher. Make sure you have your dapping dish for your polymer, okay, for your liquid. And then you're gonna need a large fingernail clipper, not a small one, a large one. Your nail tips and your brushes, your applicator brushes, okay? You're gonna need all of these items for to be successful in your monomer and polymer setup. Again, I will tell you guys to head over to Glam and Beyond. Check out her. She has I think it's I don't know how many sections. We about to go through it. But she has the complete exam verbatim. Okay, everything that you need. And that's who I use to kind of balance my kit off of. Okay, so check her out. Again, this is just a catch up like a 2024. I wanted to give you guys a little talk about what's happening this year. So this is like an updated just talk to you. But if you need detail, hers is very detailed and it is effective as of 2024. Okay, section of the test is going to be blood exposure. Okay, you used to do the blood exposure on your finger. Now you do it on your mannequin. So you're going to completely clean up from your nail section, your monomer over polymer, and then you're going to trash everything, put everything back into your kit if you want to, or you could trash it. Me, what I didn't trash, I put back into my kit, okay? Because I did not want my trash bag to be extremely heavy. I was the only one that put everything back into my kit. All the other 5 candidates, they had this super large trash bag that they were dragging out. And I got the highest score. Okay? So it's not illegal to put things back into your kit. Okay? So you got your blood exposure service. And as you see, I still have my finger here because I thought that you used the finger, but you're actually going to use your mannequin. In that, you're going to need your double bags. They need to be labeled. One needs to be labeled biohazard, okay? And then the other needs to be labeled blood exposure bag. Your biohazard needs to be inside your blood exposure trash bag. Tip for this section. Everything that you use during this section is going to go into the double bag. Do not throw it into the trash, okay? Not the gauze wrapper, not the Band-Aid wrapper. Everything goes into this double bag. All right, everything. So make sure you have everything for that. All you're going to need for this is a pair of gloves, your gauze, your alcohol pad, and a Band-Aid, okay? That's what you need, all right? And that should be in something labeled first aid kit. So you need 2 kits for your entire kit. One that's going to go on your setup station, and then one for your blood exposure. All right, I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm not babbling on too much. After you do your blood exposure, you're going to do your facial. So I messed up on this part because I was missing something. I did not have makeup remover, okay? So for your facial, you're going to need makeup remover. You're going to need a cleansing product, toner, moisturizer, and a massage product. You have to demonstrate EPT, effleurage, petrissage, and tapotement. So effleurage is that upward massage motion, okay? Or you could use your 2 fingers, effleurage, okay? Effleurage, petrissage, which is pitching. So it's EPT, EPT. And it has to be in that order. So effleurage, petrissage, tapotement, okay? And you have to demonstrate those 3 during your massage step in your facial. If you don't know the steps to the facial, head on over to Glam and Beyond, and she could give you a more detailed tutorial on how to do the face. She does the facial step by step over there. Okay, so you're gonna need to have all those things. You're gonna need to have your cotton rounds. You're gonna need to have your spatulas. Okay, if your items are in something like this, you have to make sure that you use your spatula to take these items out. You don't dip your finger in it, okay? That's a very important tip. You'll lose points like that. After your facial, you're going to have wax. You have to demonstrate a wax on your mannequin. For this section, you're going to need to have gloves. You're going to need to have spatulas, wax strips, a simulated soft wax, and it needs to be labeled simulated soft wax, astringent, antiseptic, okay? So the steps for the wax, important tips that you must know, okay? Don't forget to test your wax. Make sure that the rater sees you do it. So I had to do it twice because the first time that I did it, I looked at the rater and I noticed that she didn't see me do it. So I waited until she was looking at me and I made sure she saw me test that hot wax. That is very important. You're going to test the wax on the inside of your wrist, okay? Do not forget that. That is really what they're looking for. When you apply the wax, you're going to apply it in the direction of the hair growth. And when you tear back the strip, you'll make sure he or she sees you hold the skin taut and strip, okay, in the opposite direction of the hair growth. Don't forget to apply the pressure, okay? Yes, it's on a mannequin. It's going to be weird, but make sure that they see you doing that because that's the correct way. You use your astringent after that, okay? So that's that part. That covers that. After you've done all that, the nerve should kind of be dwindling a little bit, okay? Because now you're getting into a groove. You kind of, if you know, and now you're getting into the hair portion of the exam, the practical. So your first thing that you're going to do for the hair portion, I believe, is a haircut. You're going to go through, okay, make sure you have everything that you need. You're going to have to do a haircut, cutting at least 1 inch of hair off of the mannequin. They're going to look at how much hair you're cutting off of the mannequin, okay? Make sure you cut 1 inch. So take a new mannequin. I was told to take a mannequin pre-cut. I was told to do all these things. No, take a new mannequin. Take a mannequin. If you're comfortable with your haircut, whatever layered haircut, you're going to get to choose that haircut. Take a mannequin so that you'll be able to cut your mannequin comfortably without cutting over a cut. All right, take a new mannequin. So I took a new mannequin. You need to make sure that your razor that you use has a guard on it. If it doesn't have a guard, they're not going to let you use it. So for example, I have to find it. But make sure it has a guard on it. Y'all know the little Tinkerbell razors? Those are perfect, all right? Those ones you get from the beauty supply store. Make sure everything is clean, sanitized. You're going to need to make sure you have your neck strips and make sure you have a cutting cape. They're going to look at what type of cape you use. It needs to be a cutting cape, not a chemical cape, a cutting cape. Those are two different capes in case you didn't know, okay? So make sure you have the correct cape. Okay, that's going to be your draping. You're going to remove cake towel from your facial and your wax, and you're going to place a new draping, which is your neck strip and your cape. That's all you use for a haircut. You're going to demonstrate a layered haircut of your choice using a razor and shears, cutting at least 1 inch off throughout the cut. All right, so that's the longest, I believe that's the longest time section, and they're going to check your haircut. So do a haircut that you're comfortable with doing, because them haircuts yesterday was a mess, okay? And the rater really checked the cut. Make sure you have your water bottle. You should already have your water bottle set up from your pre-disinfection, okay? So what I did was I used 2 water bottles because, y'all, I did not want to run out of water. I knew that I had to fully saturate my mannequin head, which was dry. So when you cut, you don't cut dry hair, okay? So you had to fully saturate, and then right after that, you're going into your permanent wave, which you have to saturate again. So I used 2 bottles of water. I didn't take a hit for that, okay? So again, the next section is going to be your permanent wave service. Now, I will tell y'all what I did do. Got here, had these bottles, and didn't cut the tip. So if you're going to use these bottles to put your water in, which this is what you should be using, an applicator bottle to demonstrate saturation, you should be using an applicator bottle. Make sure you cut the tip. Guess what saved me? I had 2 pair of shears in my hair cutting kit. So when I finished my haircut service, I wrapped my shears up in a towel and I put it in the trash. I couldn't go back into the trash. When she came to me to demonstrate saturation, I asked her for a moment. She went to another candidate, and I was able to go back into my clean kit, get my second pair of shears to cut my bottle open. This is why I bring 2s and 3s. I would have been deducted heavily because I would not have been able to demonstrate saturation. So I took mine with 2 pair of shears. I had 4 combs in each bag. I had 2 towels, whether I needed or not. I put paper towels in each bag, even though I had a roll sitting up on my desk. Extras for me means no room for failure. Okay, so, and I did get some points deducted. I didn't get the full amount of points that I could for this, but I was cool with it. I still passed, you know, so, but she did take a couple points off. So make sure you cut the tip off of your applicator bottle. Don't forget that. Don't forget your cotton. We had a young lady there. She forgot her cotton. Don't forget your cotton. You need the cotton once you, so in Texas, you have to roll 6 rods. Once you roll those 6 rods, you have to wrap it in cotton. And then you put your gloves on. She's going to call you. She's going to come over and you're going to demonstrate saturation. Make sure you do not have fish hooks on the end of your rollers. Properly roll your rods, okay? Because they're going to take it out. They're going to check for the curl pattern. But they're also going to take, she took out 3 of mine all the way to make sure that I did not have any fish hooks. So make sure you pull that end paper down and you roll those rollers properly because honey child boo-boo, she checked, okay? I didn't think that she would, but she really checked. Keep in mind, all of this is time. You're going to be timed for each section. They are sticklers about time. So time yourself when you're practicing, especially anything that you're feeling uncomfortable with. So after your permanent wave, you're going to have your blow dry and thermal curl. So make sure you have your blow dryer. Make sure it works. Make sure you have your nozzle piece for your blow dryer. Your curlers. In the state of Texas, you can use Marcel's, which is what I use. I actually prefer a Marcel clamp, a Marcel hole. That's just personal preference. Or you can use a spring curling iron. I used the Marcel. Curls came out perfect. I got the full points for this section. When you blow dry your hair, demonstrate a beautiful blow dry. Don't just blow dry it all bushy. They want to see you do the pre-dry, and then they want to see you actually do a round brush, okay? So she watched me do it. Again, I maxed out on points in this section, okay? Again, if you need help on what to take, visit my girl Glam and Beyond on YouTube, and she has a detailed tutorial for each section. After that, you are moving right along. Once you're done with that, you're going to be feeling really, really good because you're coming up on your last section, which is going to be your chemical services. So you're going to have a chemical service pre-setup. It needs to be in its own bag, okay? For the pre-setup, again, all right, you should have you should already be draped in towel cake towel, so you don't have to change that. Make sure you have 2 all-purpose combs, 2 rat tail combs, okay? They're going to look for this. Make sure you have your simulated protective base. We had a girl that forgot hers. That's basically what this is about. You're prepping for a chemical service. So make sure you have everything that you would really use to prep with. This takes about 10 minutes. They're going to watch everything you do. Section your mannequin off in 4 sections. Make sure you apply your base cream. Make sure you wrap towel cake towel, all right? That's vital. After that, you're going to have your chemical service, your foil chemical service. Make sure in this bag, it needs to be in a separate bag. We had a young lady who had everything in this bag. Wasn't supposed to do that. You got your pre-setup bag, and then you have to have your 3 chemical services labeled in separate bags. I found this out from Glam and Beyond, okay? So make sure you know that. You need to have an applicator brush, and then you need to have your simulated product. Make sure that it's labeled. So for my simulated foils, mine is labeled simulated foil highlights. You're going to demonstrate 2 foils for this. As you can see, I had plenty of foils in case I'm ripped, fail. You're going to need a metal rat tail comb. That can be in this bag or that can be in your pre-setup bag. Doesn't matter. Make sure you have one. You have to have a metal rat tail comb when you're foiling. Okay, so after that section, your next section of the test is going to be your virgin relaxer application. Okay, make sure that you have a separate bag. Again, and inside that bag, you're going to have a new container. It's going to be labeled your simulated virgin relaxer. Remember how to properly apply this. You're applying this demonstration 2 inches or 1 inch from the scalp up to, but not through, the porous ends. Then you're going to demonstrate smoothing, and then you're going to smooth that product up to the root, all the way down and through the ends. Very important that you know how to properly do this. They watch. Make sure you have your product, okay, and a new applicator brush should be in here, okay. Mine's are right here. They all icky and dirty because I used them yesterday, but each bag should have its own brush. Then your last section is going to be your it's going to be your relaxer retouch. I don't have that bag right here, but in front of you, you're going to have another one of these in a separate bag, okay? It's going to be labeled relaxer retouch. Make sure that your bottle is labeled simulated relaxer retouch, because you want to be using the correct items for the correct section. You cannot use your virgin relaxer, okay, product for your retouch. You have to have two separate bags. So make sure that you remember that. After that, you demonstrate the retouch, applying it up to 2 inches from the scalp, okay? They're gonna come through, they're gonna watch you do it. And then you're gonna do your end of exam disinfection, okay? And you should already have all of those items on your table from your setup, all right? So I didn't have a separate bag for that. Some of the young ladies did, I did not, okay? And I got full points for that section as well. So I just wanted to give you guys a look at what happens, or just give you guys some insight on what's happening in 2024, okay? Some tips for you. Check out Glam and Beyond on YouTube. She gives amazing, detailed tutorials on each section for the Texas Cosmetology Exam Practical. I highly suggest checking her out prior to taking your test. I attribute probably a very huge success to her as to why I passed. So please, please, please do yourself a favor. Go over there and check her out. She has a detailed tutorial on each section of the exam. Arrive early. Make sure that you have proper identification, and make sure that you wear all black. Yesterday, we had a young lady come from Corpus Christi. She had on jeans and a black t-shirt. She got lucky because we had a really nice rater, and she still allowed her to test because she came from so far. She didn't have to do that, okay? So just make sure you wear a black top, black pants, black tennis shoes, comfortable shoes. They have to be closed toe. Everybody had on all black except for her, okay? And she did say something about it. So just make sure you're in your all black. I wouldn't recommend having any hair in your face. I wouldn't recommend wearing glasses. You might want to wear your contacts. One of the girls that I took the test with, she was getting points, kind of deducted. She didn't know why, but she said she kept touching her face. She kept touching her glasses, kept falling, and she wasn't sanitizing her hands. Anytime you touch anything other than that mannequin and what you're doing, sanitize your hands. Anytime you put anything in a trash can, make sure you sanitize your hands. Always sanitize your hands. If you're not sure, just sanitize your hands, okay? They're watching. The purpose of this test is not just for you to demonstrate your skill, but also for you to demonstrate that you're doing things cleanly, correctly, and you're following the sanitation guidelines. That's like a huge part of this test. So I hope that this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for coming back. Make sure you subscribe, okay? Don't be weird, okay? If you've been rocking with me for this long, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, okay? Like, share, comment. If you guys have any questions about the exam that I maybe didn't touch or didn't mention, please, please, please put your questions down in the comment section. I will answer them within 24 hours, I promise. I'm very interactive, and I'm always on YouTube. All I watch is YouTube, so trust me. I got you. And good luck, good luck. The test is easy, right? If you've been in school and you've been going through your practical, you've been doing what you need to do, you're going to pass the test. All you got to do is show up and believe in yourself. All right. We are back, y'all. We are back, and we're booming. Stay tuned. We got a whole bunch of tutorials coming, wig installs on me, of course. I'm working. Once I get my license back in hand, I will be in the shop, so you'll be getting a lot more content. A lot of glam content, and just content of me, just doing what I love to do, and that's anything making people feel beautiful. All right, it doesn't matter how you feel, God is still and always worthy to be praised. It's your girl Ty, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.